my god, guys, I'm so sick of coming on the internet and crying. But guess what just happened to me? Like, you will never guess. Second table of the night, guys. I like, nasty old man. He leans in, he's like, what's your name again, young man? Phil, like, what can I do for you? Why do you look like a girl? Why are you wearing earrings and prancing around with... Oh my god, like, I could not even let it... What a disgusting thing to say, sir. Like, what a disgusting... Well, why do you look like a girl? Like, I had to put my hands up and say, please stop. Like, I have to go back in. I have to finish working. I have to finish my tables. Like, yes, I love it here. Like, I didn't even do anything. Like, I just came to work. Like, yes, I have to wear a stupid fucking wig. Sorry I dyed my hair. Like, this makes it seem like an actual joke, but this is, like, real. Like, okay. Okay, hi. Welcome to work. What can I get for you?
I don't think he misgendered you, my friend. I think you're just making a huge deal out of it. If you're a man, then people are gonna address you as one. End of the story.
So we all know that JoJo from Jers is fucking retarded, but I'm actually really happy she's on X because sometimes her hypocrisy just cracks me the fuck up. So she used an article where NBC News says they confirm that Pete Hegseth paid a woman an undisclosed amount of money after she accused him of SA. And she said nothing screams innocence like paying your victims to be quiet. JoJo, I couldn't find your post about this. Let's just say this is true. Let's say he personally paid someone after she accused him of sexual assault. You seem really upset about that. You don't seem to give a shit when Congress uses our money to pay victims. And you did the same shit with Trump. You know, he personally paid a porn star out of his personal money, and you lost your fucking mind. Now, supposedly, Pete Hegseth personally paid somebody out of his personal money, and you're losing your fucking mind. But when Congress pays people with our money, you don't give a shit. Oh, and you also didn't care when Bill Clinton did it. You didn't care when Eric Swalwell did it. You didn't even care when Kamala Harris's husband did it. I wonder why that is.
Build more schools, less jails. Build more schools, less jails. And we walk around everywhere. Build more schools. We protest. Build more schools, less jails. Put money into education, not prisons. There's a fundamental problem with that approach, in my opinion.
The caption of this video says, she did not lose because she's black or she's a woman. She lost because she was doing this. And I gotta agree. I mean, what kind of point she was trying to make here? It doesn't make any sense.
Told you so? We told you so, we told you so. Just about everything. Everything that's about to happen, we told you so. We were like, hey, it's gonna be bad. If he comes back, he's back. It's already getting bad. We told you so. We spent months telling you so, over and over and over again. Do I wanna be the one to tell you that we told you so? No, I don't want to be the one, but I have to be the one. The way to have me not be the one to tell you that we told you so is if we had actually been able to stop it. But you didn't want to stop it. No. We wanted to stop it. We didn't want it to happen. We told you so, repeatedly. And then when we would tell you so, you'd say, where's the proof? And we'd point to, I don't know, a 900-page document with all the things that they planned on doing. We would point to the fact they were holding up signs during rallies, specifically saying what they were going to fucking do. The fact that he leaned into a microphone in front of thousands of people and said into the microphone, this is what I'm going to do. And then hundreds of cameras caught it and live streamed it to millions of people. We fucking told you so. Every time you open your phone for the next however many years, and you see a new horror erupt, a new horrifying thing that is happening, and you're like, how can we stop this? And then 4 hours later, it's a new thing. We've already forgotten the last thing that you just saw first thing in the morning because it's lunchtime and it's time for the new lunchtime horror drop. Just remember, we fucking told.
So hear me out, y'all. So what if, I've been thinking about this. I think about this stuff all the time. I'm crazy. So what if Joe steps down now, makes Kamala 47, and then Kamala uses that power that the Supreme Court gave her, that almighty presidential power, free to do whatever the hell you want to do. She should go in there with the military and get Donald Trump, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Jim Jordan, Ted Cruz, Lauren Boebert, Matt Gaetz. I'm sure there's a lot, Mike Johnson. I'm sure there's plenty of more, J.D. Vance, and have them picked up.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you see the problem? All of them want control and power. They don't want what's best for the people. And that tells you that these people are just selfish and entitled.
You want the white supremacists in the White House? Y'all want the white supremacists in the White House taking away our rights? taking away our rights, right? White supremacy, white power. All y'all white friends out there. We out here, we living the real life the way that it's lived. You understand? We ain't rich out here. Y'all sitting up there voting Republicans, they taking away our rights. We got people out here that's struggling in this country. And y'all sit up here and y'all gonna give white supremacists the keys to the White House yet again after he tried to overturn this country and take it over. What sense does that make? And we supposed to love one another. We supposed to love one another.
Biden is about to hand the White House over to a man who incited a violent mob, who compromised our national security, who has talked about being a dictator on day one, who just made a joke about running for a third term, who has said he's going to protect women whether they like it or not, who is being followed around by a billionaire who has, Elon Musk in on his conversations with world leaders, with Zelensky, who is clearly being blackmailed by Putin, and we're just going to hand it over to this guy? We're just going to be like, well, what can you do? Peaceful transfer of power. This is not a normal election. This is not normal circumstances. We are in danger. Our lives are in danger. Our economy, our country, our world is in danger. And Democratic leadership is nowhere to be found.
If you voted red, I hate you personally. And I do hope harm finds you. Like literally, you're gonna burn in hell because you voted for Satan. Rolled in Cheeto dust. And you know what happens when that happens? You just croak and you burn in hell. So you can go worship your little predator now. You little woman-hating, closeted, mommy-ish, you little loser.
It's crazy how they think that they're morally right all of the time. But you see shit like this and you wonder, where the fuck are these morals at?
You're looking forward to higher taxes? What was so embarrassing about the last 4 years? The fact that the Republicans refused to allow anyone to get anything done in the state of Indiana or anywhere else? You're delusional, and it looks like you're a white woman, which is extra embarrassing for our race and our sex. Do better. Do better. You can start sooner than later, but do better, because you are supporting a rapist, a sex trafficker. You're supporting an entire cabinet of sex offenders and people who are wanting to completely dismantle our country. Do your research. Stop trolling. Do your research and get on the right side of herstory. God, you're ridiculous.
I'm being so for real that the Democrats better have some master plan going on behind the scenes right now that none of us know about, because I'm starting to think that I'm going insane. President-elect is literally a felon, okay? Like, stand up. Why do I feel like we're just getting shoved around and we don't even push back a little bit? Kamala conceded in like 0.2 seconds. You see Biden right after the election, huge smile on his face, like none of us even knew he had all those teeth. My phone has been blowing up the past few days from news sources saying, oh, Trump appoints this person, Trump is planning on putting this person here, and it literally looks like he's stacking up a roster for a reality TV show. And then you're seeing Elizabeth Warren on Twitter basically just like tattling on all the things that Trump is doing. Like, what do you want us to do? Is this not your job? Like, Trump isn't even in office yet and he's already running the show. Like, we are still here. We are still in office. Hello. Like, we're literally just gonna let him bulldoze through, become a dictator, no resistance at all.
Please explain to me. And I know it doesn't matter until the last vote, but I'm sorry, I'm losing hope. At 33 years old, I voted for the first time, and it's really feeling like my vote didn't matter. Why I have to explain to my 14-year-old why a man who has outright said exactly what he plans to do, get him in the office and we'll never have to vote again. In the last week, he's made unaliving threats to a whole bunch of people. His economy isn't what you thought it was. Why do I have to explain that to her? And how am I going to explain people voted for him? It's not about Republican or Democrat. It's just about being a human. Be a Republican the next election. Be a Republican on the down ballots. Be a Republican anytime, but this time, I want her to win. And maybe she still can. I don't know. I don't understand politics that well, but it doesn't feel like it right now. And I had to tell my 14-year-old in the morning why she may never get to vote again if he does what he exactly said on television to the media that he would do. Someone please explain that, because everyone said, oh, this is the red mirage, wait for the blue shift. This is a blue shift.
Maybe what he said he's gonna do makes sense to the people that voted for him, because the results speak for itself. The majority of the people voted for him, and they did that because they want to see themselves live in better conditions that leads to a better future.
I need help from like my funny, petty folks on here. I am aspiring to be a little bit meaner and to hold men more accountable in my life. So I am not quick with insults, and I just want to have one like mentally like locked and loaded, prepared for if I should ever hear a man say, your body, my choice, whether it's to me, to someone else, to their buddy as a joke. Like, I want to be prepared. And so I had a couple of comebacks, and I ran them by my partner, who would never say it. He wouldn't even say, your body, my choice, for the sake of the role play. He was like, I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it. I'll just give you feedback. And he said none of my comebacks are good. He said they weren't funny or made him feel bad.
This is a moment that marks a crossroads in our country. The election has ended, and we face the reality that America has elected a convicted felon, a twice impeached former president, and a man who incited a violent attack on our Capitol. The closeness of this election is a warning. It reveals a fracture in our country that goes deeper than politics. Donald Trump has tried to undermine democracy itself, has been accused and convicted of serious crimes, shown contempt for women, people of color, and anyone else who just doesn't fit his vision of America. Yet millions of people voted for him. It's that sobering realization that challenges our belief about what we stand for as a nation. This result shows that in 2024, a woman's ability to lead is still being questioned, scrutinized, and dismissed. She wasn't just running against one person. She was running against decades of systemic resistance to female leadership. The implications of this choice are sobering, but we won't be discouraged. Instead, we will continue to challenge this bias, to support women in every field, and demand that every candidate, regardless of gender, is treated with fairness and respect. I know that this is a difficult time, but I also know that the values we believe in, honesty, compassion, and respect, are not erased by one election. Now more than ever, we need to lean into these values. To the Democrats who fought tirelessly and the Republicans who put country over party, we thank you. For those who wanted something better, something different, thank you. Our journey towards equality didn't end, it only became more urgent. In times like these, it's easy to feel lost or defeated. But remember, the story of America is written not just in our victories, but in how we respond to challenges. We have work to do, but we'll do it together.
It's not even like, oh, now you need to wear a chastity belt, bitch, and now you can't do what you want. No, you can still be a fortunately. Unfortunately, you can still open your legs and just be a disgusting but that's not what this is about. But they try to make it seem like they're like,
oh my gosh, you're not going to allow me to go to my doctor and kill my baby? Ugh, you are so awful, you white man trying to control my body.
Or if you're a woman,
you have such internalized misogyny.
It's like, no, you're a that wants zero consequences, and you'd rather put your own freaking selfish desires over your own kids. I have zero zilch sympathy for these disgusting human beings, or alleged human beings. I think they're like devils walking in sheep's clothing.
Well, that's one way to say it. It's not my approach personally, but sometimes you have to talk to people like this for them to understand. So it is what it is. And her saying it like this does not mean that she's wrong.
These are the beliefs, the 4 no's. No sex with men, no giving birth, no dating men, no marriage with men.
This is a nun.
It's idiots, what it is. This is the funniest thing in the world. A bunch of Christian Bible-thumping conservatives told a bunch of OF, hey, we want you to stop being OF. In response to this, by taking away what they perceive as their right to abortion, they're saying that they're going to immediately stop being I think it's hilarious in every way conceivable, funny. They're basically playing into exactly what was requested of them, right?
What's wrong with that?
I don't understand any Trump voter, and I mean that. Like, I genuinely don't understand why someone would vote for Trump. But the niche demographic that really blows my mind, because they're so loud on social media about it and being so proud to support Trump, is college-aged Trump voters. Like, they'll be on here being like, I'm so glad I'm not going to be drafted to World War III and I can afford eggs and to put gas in my car to go to college. Like, what college? Bitch, there's not going to be college unless you're rich or your parents are rich. And then in that case, good for you. He likes y'all. But for the 71% of Americans that need to go to college that will require federal aid through FAFSA, where do you think those funds come through? Like, what department? The Department of Education that he vowed to disband on day one? There's not going to be any college. And the funny thing is he told on himself years ago, he said, and I quote, I picked the Republican Party because they're the most uneducated and easy to manipulate. And now he's going to ensure that you stay uneducated and easy to manipulate, and y'all are just fucking blowing loads over it. Like, fuck yeah.
So this is a great question from one of our dear patients who just one of hundreds and actually thousands who've made this work so meaningful for me over the years. And I haven't made any videos about this because honestly, I don't feel like I know enough. I don't think any of us know enough about what's going to happen in the future. I have noticed, however, that there is obviously a lot of panic within the community and lots of folks are reaching out to schedule consults or to get on the books with regard to surgeries. And in response to that, in the office here, we've opened up more surgery days, we've opened up more appointment days to try and accommodate people as efficiently as possible, you know, who are concerned about getting their surgery done before the new administration takes over. And I believe we even still have some surgery dates available before then. But yeah, it is frightening times. We don't really know what's in the future. You know, here in Florida, we've been on the forefront of trying to introduce new legislation. We do have a ban on surgical care for transgender youth. But I've always said there's a huge trans population right here in Florida. Trans people belong everywhere. And so myself and the staff feel very strongly about continuing to offer gender affirming care as long as we can. And we plan to open up these dates, help accommodate people in the meantime.
If you ever wondered what evil looks like, this is exactly it. There is nothing morally right about what they're doing. But if it is profitable, if it is a successful business, they don't care. It's all about the money at that point.